Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this, the final day of the Italian season. Now, in just a few hours' time, the Italian capital here could be going absolutely bonkers as hundreds of thousands of Roma fans take to the streets, and particularly the Piazza del Popolo there behind me, to celebrate Roma's third Scudetto, an event that many of them will have been waiting for as long as they can remember. However, with 90 minutes still to play, Roma's title is anything but assured, viewers, because no less than 3 teams are still in the championship race. Roma themselves, obviously, Juventus too, and Roma's neighbours, Lazio. Thus, this afternoon, whilst we're going to be concentrating live on Roma at a sold-out Stadio Olimpico and their match against Parma, we'll also be keeping you up to date on events around the rest of Serie A on this day of high drama for the championship. Right now, we're going to head over to the ground for you. It's over to Gary Bloom.
This weekend, the Serie A season reaches its climax, with Roma battling to claim their first league title for 18 years. But the destination of Lo Scudetto is by no means a foregone conclusion. Roma's draw with Napoli last weekend saw the league leaders throw away the chance to seal the title a week early, whilst victories for Juve and Lazio put their closest rivals back in the running. Roma need a win today to be sure of lifting the title, but face tough opposition in the shape of high-flying Parma. Currently in 4th place and having already secured the final spot for the Champions League, Parma represent a real threat to Capello's men. The last time these two sides met at the Ennio Tardini Stadium back in February, it was the first game in charge for Parma's 3rd boss of the season, Renzo Olivieri, and Gabriel Battistuta showed once again why he's the man for the big occasion.
Samuel. Oh, great ball to Battistuta! A sublime goal, a peach of a pass, and a gem of a finish from Gabriel Battistuta. Montella. Something is ahead of him. Now there. Battistuta! Magnificent! Gabriel Battistuta has done it again.
"16 games on, however, Parma have proved to be one of the most consistent sides in the division, powering up the league to secure the chance of Champions League football next season. But Parma aren't the only side standing in the way of Roma and Lo Scudetto this afternoon. Juventus have kept the pressure on all season, and their form in recent weeks, 4 straight wins, has seen the Bianconeri trim Roma's lead to just 2 points. A win for Ancelotti's side at home to Atalanta this afternoon could bring the championship back to Turin if Roma failed to take all 3 points from their game. If the Giallorossi were to draw, then Roma and Juventus would face a 2-legged playoff next week to decide the title. However, even 3rd place Lazio are in with a shout if Roma lose this afternoon and Juventus slip up. So the title is still up for grabs right at the close of the season. Fabio Capello has a difficult choice to make as Vincenzo Montella once again makes a case for inclusion in a side which will be desperate for goals this afternoon. But with first-choice frontman Battistuta having taken his tally to 19 for the season last week, and with Del Vecchio his preferred partner, Montella may once again be called on late in the game to work miracles for Roma. So, with the season entering its final 90 minutes, we still don't know the destination of Lo Scudetto. It promises to be a highly dramatic afternoon.
Well, just a quick look at the table then, viewers. First off, the bottom, because it's not just the title that's being decided today, there's also the whole business of relegation. Bari have already gone down to Serie B. 3 other teams must join them. At risk are Lecce, Regina, Verona, Vicenza and Napoli. 5 sides within 1 point of each other, and thus there's a real possibility of playoffs for those sides next week to decide just who does go down. Meanwhile, up at the top, the title race, and of course Roma are the favourites, 2 points clear of Juventus, who are themselves 1 point clear of Lazio. 3 teams in the hunt on the final day. Stats fans, it's the tightest finale in almost 3 decades. Now inside the Stadio Olimpico here, you can see, it's a pretty amazing sight. There's something like 80,000 fans inside the ground. Another 20,000 apparently turned up outside the stadium without tickets, so there's a fair chance that one or two of those have got in as well. The other unusual thing is there's absolutely no Parma fans to be seen, so we're looking at something like 80,000 home fans for this afternoon's game. Pretty soon, with this Eurobeat anthem stirring up the emotions here, they're going to start shouting out the team names. It's going to become almost impossible to hear one another. So I'm going to ask Ray Clemens, who joins us here in the stadium immediately. Ray, what kind of an atmosphere is this?
Well, you can probably hear it now. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the flags, the atmosphere outside the stadium making their way in here is incredible, but you see it all here. It's all Roma fans, which you'd probably expect, but it's down to them today. If they perform, then they win the title, as simple as that.
You were mentioning a Liverpool-Bruges European Cup final at Wembley when you came out and the stadium was full of red and white. What kind of effect does that make?
Well, it gives the players a tremendous boost if they come out and see the whole stadium's in their own colours. Once the game starts, then I don't think it's going to concern them too much. But certainly in the build-up, it'll give them a great boost.
Today's game, a bit of a cup final for Roma, as you say. It really is up to them. The other teams have to pray and play. They just have to play. The last two seasons, though, we have seen upsets on the final day. Are you expecting another today?
Well, I'm not. I expect Roma to win this, but as you rightly say, the last day sometimes just throw up a banana skin. Of course, the other two do have to win the game, and Roma have got to play poorly here, and Parma have got to win that game. I'm not too sure that Parma, in the position that they're in, will actually be in the right temperament to actually win a game of this stature.
Right, Parma can't catch anyone. They can't be caught either. They've secured their place in the Champions League qualifications come the autumn. But they are a strong side, and they showed that when Roma faced them earlier on in the season.
Well, they are defensively. They're exceedingly strong. They've got Buffon in goal, who's the best in this country, certainly. And then you've got Turan and Sensini and Cannavaro in front of those. You can't have three better defenders in front of you as a goalkeeper than that. So they will be difficult to break down. I think they are possibly the second best defensive unit in Serie A. So it'll be difficult for Roma, but Roma have got some exceptional forward players.
They certainly have. It's good that you mention it, because one of the big controversies this week has been Vincenzo Montella, without doubt the most informed striker in the Roma roster. He hasn't been starting thanks to Fabio Capello's decision to stick with Del Vecchio. Montella extremely upset of being brought on just 12 minutes from the final whistle last week in Naples, quite visibly so, swearing at the referee, swearing at Capello and kicking a plastic bottle in his direction. He is an exceptional player. He will be playing as well today in the starting line.
Well, maybe that kicking of the bottle has some influence, I'm not sure, but he is an exceptional player. He's a goal poacher, and him and Batistuta together are formidable. I think maybe why Del Vecchio has been playing in place of Montella is to give Batistuta a bit more space in the centre of the pitch to score goals himself.
Well, Roma's certainly going for it today. Then Montella and Batistuta up front with Totti behind them. We're going to take a very quick break. As you see, everything almost ready for kickoff, so make sure you join us again in a couple of minutes for Roma Parma.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment.
A baby immediately changes your life. Changes the way you think, the way you live, even the way you travel. It makes going anywhere like mobilizing an army. That's why we created the Almera team. Think of it as a house, cleverly disguised as a car.
Blockbuster has the latest movies long before they're on cable or satellite, so you can take them home on video or DVD. Tonight, take home Meet the Parents. Watch Ben Stiller in a comedy of mishaps as he attempts to ask Robert De Niro for his daughter's hand in marriage. And because we buy more copies than anyone else, the Blockbuster promise means you can rent Meet the Parents now or get it free next time. Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment.
Welcome back, everyone, to an absolutely mental Stadio Olimpico. They got the flags out, they got the flares out. 80,000 Roma fans here, and the very impartial Channel 4 crew as well. Ray Clemens joins us. Ray, Oh, you got a big round there. 3 teams in the running. You reckon that Roma are going to do it today against Parma. A couple of star men that we ought to be looking at, though. For Roma, it's the 2 forwards we're going to look at first of all. Francesco Totti. Let's start off with him, the captain, Roman born and bred.
Yes, I mean, he's a tremendous player. I mean, not only for Roma, but for the national team as well. He's got every attribute that you need. He plays off the front two. They can get the ball into him. He can create opportunities for Batistuta, Del Vecchio, or today Montella. And he's the player who makes Roma play. Whenever he plays, the team plays. If the opposition can stop him, they have a chance of possibly getting the result.
Francesco Totti describes the worst day of his life, actually, as one day here in the Stadio Olimpico in 1984, watching Roma lose the European Cup final against Liverpool. He won't be looking forward to, I think, coming out today. I think he gets quite emotional on these occasions. Batistuta, though, cool as ice up front, if I may be allowed that, please.
Well, for me, he's been the best goal scorer in the world now for a number of years. Everywhere he's been successful. This year he's had a few problems with a knee injury, but he seems to have got over that now. He's been back playing for the last 5 games. He's back to his top form, and he's the sort of player that even when he's having a bad day, he can finish up scoring the winning goal. I remember seeing the first game, Parma against Roma. He was quite quiet in that game, and yet popped up with 2 fantastic goals to win the game for them.
Absolutely. Parma, I'm sure, will remember those 2 strikes. Meantime, up against 2 world-class forwards, you've got possibly the best defensive pairing in the world, Thuram and Cannavaro. Now, first off, Fabio Cannavaro.
Well, Cannavaro, again, international class, has proved at the top level. He's extremely quick. He's a very, very good defender, 1 against 1. Very, very rarely do you see a 1 against 1 situation where he gets beaten. Thuram, also very strong, very quick, very powerful. It looks like he may not be at Parma next year. There are a number of clubs that are looking to sign him in the close season. But those 2, with Buffon behind, are a very formidable 3 to get beyond.
Right, Thuram is actually going to be playing between Cannavaro brothers, because Paolo Cannavaro, Fabio's younger brother, is going to be getting his 2nd start of the season. As the Roma anthem gets cranked out behind us, another word about Thuram, £20 million is the price we're hearing, but Juve are going to be paying for him probably.
Well, in these days of inflated transfer fees, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest, because he is a world-class defender. He's proved it here in Italy. He's proved it with the French national side. He's comfortable playing centre-back. He can also play full-back and look just as comfortable. We can all remember him scoring goals in the World Cup in France '98. So, great player.
Absolutely, world and European champion, of course. Now, Roma very much the favourites today. They have a 2-point lead. Juventus, though, went into the last game of last season with a 2-point lead, so they know all too well just how fragile an advantage that can be. I think we can actually bring you some pictures from up in Turin, where this afternoon, simultaneously, Juve will be facing Atalanta, who, like Parma, really have nothing to play for in this game. Juve hoping for a win in that match, hoping that Roma will be held to best a draw against Parma, which would mean that Juve can sweep through and take the title on the final day. The funny thing is, though, Ray, whatever happens this afternoon or in the playoff, they've already confirmed they're going to be getting rid of their coach, Ancelotti. It's a bizarre situation.
Well, that's Italian football for you. You know, they live on a knife edge all the time. If they're not successful, then they move on. And sometimes, as you're talking, he can be successful, and the decision has already been made that he's going to be going. So it's the job is difficult in England, but I think it's even more difficult here in Italy.
Same goes for presenters as well. Lazio, of course, still in with a chance as well, but they need Juve to lose and Roma to lose as well, and then they would maybe go to a playoff with Roma. They're playing away down at Lecce this afternoon, a team that's battling for their survival. We'll keep you up to date with the scores there and around the rest of the league as well, of course. But right now it's time to join our commentators for what looks set to be an extraordinary first half. Joe Jordan and Peter Brackley.
Thank you, James, and a very good afternoon to you all. Yes, Football Italia back live as if we've never been away on this momentous final day of the Serie A season. Roma in pole position, stepping out boldly in search of the honour that's eluded them for so long, but with an apprehensive glance over their shoulders at the 2 rival clubs still striving to overhaul them. Fabio Capello, though, will surely have looked at this team and thought, yep, we can do it. Quality throughout from Samuel, so durable at the back, Tomasi dynamic in midfield, and Totti and Cafu, so inventive in support of whichever front 2 the coach favours. For the climax this afternoon, then, it's Batistuta and Montella, with Del Vecchio left out. That's because Candela starts on the left as his two-match ban has been reduced to one on appeal. But what of Parma? Well, after those accusing fingers pointed at them following last week's timid home loss to Verona, I doubt they'll have come here today prepared to be simply lambs for the slaughter. They do have selection problems, but you'd hardly call this a weak team. Not with the likes of Buffon, Turan, Cannavaro, Almeida, Di Vaio, and indeed Milosevic, who's hit form lately in this resurgent team's cementing of fourth place. And as James was saying, not one Cannavaro, but two. Fabio's younger brother, Paolo, joins him in the back three, with Sensini pushing up into midfield. It was, of course, a shattering experience in midweek for Parma, losing the Italian Cup final to Fiorentina. But now Juventus and Lazio are relying on Parma to lift themselves one more time for a rousing finale. In terms of league points and places, Olivier's team might have been quick when we're in view. But now Joe Jordan comes the chance to show that they are not that far behind in terms of ability.
Yes, well, what a setting we have today, Peter. You have a Roma who have had a fantastic season. They go into this final game, and if they can hold their nerve, they have the players, they have the quality, but it's whether they have the nerve on this occasion to get the points that they require. And you've already mentioned about Parma, a lot of players out, but they still have quality in their team, especially at the back, and they'll make it very, very difficult for Roma today, especially, as you said, with the performance and the criticism they got for the game against Verona last week.
Here's Candelo, a surprise inclusion then after that ban was reduced just 3 days ago. They had seen he was going to miss the match. They certainly missed him down the left last week. The foot was high. Stefano Brackley, one of the top officials in Italy, taking charge this afternoon. The offence was on Francesco Totti. All the pressure is on Roma. They blew it last week, went so agonisingly right at the last. Montella squandered that golden opportunity to seal the Scudetto. And now the supporters who waited so long for this moment are praying there won't be similar agonies today. It is Totti with a free kick bent in. Dealt with by Milosevic. Back on defensive duty, Candela. Towards Cafu, who has been suffering with an injury that has affected his mobility. But no way was he going to miss this game today. Here is Turan. Striding forward with such purpose. Emerson was after him and just clip his heels. The third season running that it's gone to the last day. Milan winners in '99. Lazio, of course, last season. Who will be the toast of Serie A this time around? Here's Savo Milosevic. He's in good nick at the moment. The former Aston Villa striker. And he's won the corner here. Has he? No, it's a goal kick, in fact. Taken quickly by Antonioli. Now it's Zabina. A rather nervous contribution by Hitler, the young French defender. No Aldeira, of course, the Brazilian for Roma, out through an injury. Very sad for him after all that he's put in down the years for his club. Here's Sensini now, powering forward. Falsini to take it on. Some right play then by Parma. He's come to a disappointing end. I think he's lost his bearings there, Falsini.
Yeah, but initially there, you've just seen that the nerves a little bit in the Roma team. One or two stray passes, not under any real pressure, and they've given possession away.
Strong, aggressive batting by Sensini. In midfield there, we hadn't expected him to play at the back. Diku has dropped out through injury, so has Debuchy, the other Frenchman. Here's Tomasi, who's been an absolute revelation for Roma this season. Emerson. Now then to Zago, he'll have license to cut forward. Emerson again. The Brazilian international seeking out Candela. Typically probing run by Candela down that left side. Fabio Capello, hoping to be the first Italian to coach Roma to the Scudetto. Totti with some excellent work, dealt with though by Turan. Zago again. Picked up towards Montella, as Cannavaro away. Now Turan. This is Di Vaio, he's been preferred up front to Amoroso. Milosevic. Now Diego Fuser, who's hardly played lately, and today because of their injury problems. And although they have got 10 out, Parma, they still have 8 internationals on the field, so plenty, Joe, to concern Fabio Capello.
Yes, without doubt, and Milosevic, as I've already said, is a player that's he's found his form in Di Vaio through this season, has been a bit of a revelation. He's a player that can get vital goals. But in saying that, so of Roma, I think that's where their main strength has been this season, the quality going forward.
Montella in ahead of Del Vecchio in the firing line alongside Gabriel Batistuta. Has been looking so sharp, Montella, because he had his bust up last week with Capello. But he's in from the start this time. Milosevic for Parma, who climbed from mid-table up to 4th under Renzo Olivieri, their 3rd coach since the turn of the year. Di Vaio. Falsini has gone forward ahead of him. Still Di Vaio, managing to fend off Tomasi. Almeida, the former Lazio player, swinging it wide here to Sartor. He's been a big doubt because of injury himself this week. Zabina hoping with the cross, but the flag was up anyway for offside. Roma, who've left the table almost all season, now on the verge of glory. And already I'm hearing Juventus have taken the lead at home to Atalanta through David Trezeguet, their French international. Pressure, what pressure? Here's Milosevic. Now Thuram. Here's Sensini. It's good play too, away from Tomasi. Di Vaio's ahead of him, but it's Zabina who's made that interception. Montella to Tomasi. Batistuta lurking with intent through the middle, and almost squeezed it in too. Buffon just got his angles right as Batistuta threatened goal.
Yes, I think Buffon was really looking for the referee to award a free kick here, but this ball's been played through to Batistuta. Well, it is debatable whether he got his head and his arm to that, but he's just shown us a glimpse of what we have seen all season, and for many seasons prior to this one. What a dangerous character he is.
20 goals from Batistuta this season, 19 of them in Serie A. Candela can't thread it on though. Here's Diego Fuser. Well run back by Candela. It's Montella making a burst through the centre. He got his shot away too! Just past the post. He hit it early then, Montella. It was agonisingly near.
Well, this is another player who's on form, and really you couldn't get it any closer than that. I don't think Buffon could really have got to that, but Montella just shows that instinct that he has shown all season, especially when he has had the opportunity. You know, he's been restricted in his lineup, but when he has been brought on by Capello, he really has shown for him.
Almeida. This is Falsini. Can't measure his cross though, and it gives us the chance to show you how Juventus have taken the lead against Atalanta. Trezeguet getting the goal here. A positive header too, right into the far corner. So Juventus off to a flyer. That goal just 6 minutes in. Emerson for Roma. Now Candela. If you were out there playing, Joe, would you want to know what was happening in Turin?
No, definitely not. I think it is. If you're looking at the situation, I think there's enough pressure on you without the added information coming and putting some more nerves in your locker. You know, I think you really just want to handle the task yourself. You've got a championship. All you need to do is win the game. Never think about anywhere else.
Here's the 34-year-old Sensini. Now Zago, put under pressure then by Savo Milosevic. Zago, who's been really strong at the back for Roma this season. He's played most of the games when available, along with Walter Samuel. The question really of who played with them. Zabina today. And here he is now, right on cue. Walter Samuel, the Argentine international, on to Tomasi. Showing too much of the ball, though, to Falsini. And here's Sensini. Milosevic. The goal's nothing flying in for him. After a rather barren start to the season when he first joined Parma, really has found his best form of late. Almeida, and who has spent much of the season on the injury list. There's Cannavaro Jr. Milosevic with the header, but it's straight to Candela. Back come Roma again, building through Tomasi. Back by Almeida. He's a competitive player. No way will he lie down too gently today. Fuser, just to remind you, if it stays this way, we're heading for a playoff, but a long, long way to go yet. Cannavaro with the header. Here's Thuram. Where will he be heading next season, I wonder? Manchester United, certainly in the running to secure his services. Well, you will see though Juventus is a more likely destination for him. The decision might be made tomorrow. Here's Fuser. This ball though by him.
Just when Amari appear in the middle of the park, Palmer have showed composure, they're prepared to keep possession of the ball. It's just their final ball up to the front two has been a little bit disappointing, but they're showing as much in the game as Roma have so far.
Cafu, hoping for glory now in his fourth season with Roma. It's been 10 years since he won a championship back home in Brazil. Fabio Cannavaro. Straight to Samuel, well read by him. Now Totti. Disappointing finish though from the captain of Roma. Hoping to follow in Nesta's footsteps, of course, as a native Roman. That's who the reigning champions still in the hunt, but it's Roma who are very much in pole position. Milosevic tangling with Samuel, who's come out on top. Here's Tomasi, then to Candela. Montella to Totti, hovering just behind the front two. But not the service they were hoping for there, Batistuta and Montella. I think they thought there was a handball. Zabina. A contrast in his fortunes. A year ago he was facing relegation with Cagliari. No foul in the eyes of referee Stefano Brackley from Almeida. Over 30 degrees in the Olympic Stadium today, and the heat is certainly on Roma. Totti, who actually admits he did score that goal last week illegally in the 2-2 draw with Napoli, confesses it did strike his arm, but it wasn't chalked off.
What I think is a player today that Roma will be relying on, Peter. He's a player that has produced the goods on many occasions this season, but today is the game. You know, he is a player that has been so vital for him. He's a player that Ray's already mentioned, creates and scores goals.
Milosevic, who can also do that. It's just too strong though for Di Vaio, his front-running partner. Sensini receiving Totti. It was Fuser, then Cannavaro to Thuram. Here's Almeida. Trying to locate Falsini, but a misplaced pass from the Argentine. A long ball through the middle, and a tight decision. Now Cafu in pursuit here. Across comes the younger Cannavaro, having his second ever start in Serie A, just 19. Montella, but went beyond Batistuta. There have been nervous signs so far from Roma.
Yes, and it's understandable. You know, it would be great for Capello there if that early chance that came from Montella had went in. But it's not going to be an easy afternoon. They've got to hold their nerve. They've really got to get the ball down and play and produce the goods that they have done for the majority of this season. But today is the day. They've got to stand up and show that maturity.
Roma would love to win this with a swagger, but their fans won't care how they do it, just as long as they do. Here's Walter Samuel. Now Montella.
You mentioned your fans there, Peter. They have got a big say in this today. It's great to have them behind, but what the players on that field of play there is, they don't want them to turn on. They want them to realise what is going on today. It's all about the result.
80,000 packed in here, and they reckon they could have sold out 3 times over. Zago to Samuel. 22nd Serie A meeting between the two sides. Roma have the edge. 8 wins to Parma's 6. Here's Cafu. Now Tomasi. Tell you what, there'll be no complaints from Juventus or Lazio about the way Parma have set about their task. But here's Emerson now. He has been a driving force for Roma since he's come back into the team after that lengthy injury that kept him out early on in the campaign. Now Tomasi. I was about to say the leading contender for Player of the Year, but he didn't emphasise that on that occasion.
Well, I think when you're looking at the competitive edge, I think that Parma were expected to show today. I think that has been really reinforced by Olivieri by putting Sensini in the middle of the park along with Almeida. That really has given them a lot of grit and character.
Totti with the through pass. Young Cannavaro at the front then from Batistuta. Here's Paolo Cannavaro again. He was sent off the last time he featured in Serie A. In today with Teresi, of course, the latest wrapped up in this controversy over Nandrolone. So Cannavaro getting his chance alongside his brother and Thuram. Not bad teachers. Here's Totti with Sartor. He's been pretty much a fixture under Olivieri. Sartor, certainly one of the quickest defenders in the business. You can see there his leg was strapped up. As I was saying earlier, he almost missed out today, along with quite a few of his squad colleagues. Now Zabina is up, so is Walter Samuel and Zago. And of course Batistuta on the scene as well. All eyes on Francesco Totti. Organising this free kick then for Roma. The dangerous one. Beaten away by Buffon. It was Zabina with the header. Terrific reaction save then from Italy's number 1, Buffon of Parma.
Well, it's a fantastic ball played in there. Look, all those players really are far too far back there.
Montella trying to wriggle through. Actually seeing the replay there, I don't think it reached Buffon. It was Cannavaro in the way. The younger one. Here's Fuzier. So he has justified the face shown him by coach Olivieri. Such a rarefied atmosphere in Rome. Roma really going for it now. Hoping to win the Scudetto for only the 3rd time in their history.
Well, that's it there. I mean, Zabina just failed to get his head onto that, but really the Parma defenders are coming too close to Buffon, really are well inside the 6-yard box.
Was there? Back comes Sabina now. Doing his work at the other end of the field, but he came so close then to getting a decisive touch. Maybe there was some kind of contact, whatever. It was Cannavaro just in front of Buffon who came to Parma's rescue. The ever-anxious Capello. 4 league titles with Milan. One, of course, with Real Madrid, too, in Spain. Is he now going to lead Roma to that elusive Italian championship? Not since 1983. And Niels Liedholm, they won the top honour in Italy. Zago going to ground. Thuram now in possession for Parma. Sartor just couldn't look it on though into the path of Milosevic. Thuram. There's the Yugoslav, Milosevic again. Sent in by Thuram. Emerson is still down injured for Roma. What is clear is that this man's team are not going to lie down in favour of Roma. They have a real match on their hands now for league leaders. Remember, they once had a 9-point lead over Juventus, now down to just 2. It's a nerve-wracking afternoon in the capital city. Montella to Tomasi. That's Candela making a burst down the left again. Here is Candela. He's got Montella up with him, letting it run through. It's there! Totti! The captain has done it! A breakthrough for Roma. And who better than this man? Roma through and through to deliver.
Well, you've got to hand a lot of credit there to Candela. He's got the opportunity, he hasn't panicked, he's waited and he's laid the ball in the path of that man Totti, and he has rifled it into the back of the net, and really that told calm a few nerves. There's still a long way to go, but that was certainly the breakthrough that Roma were looking for.
Totti celebrating in front of the fans, among whom he used to stand. What a moment for him to savour. Candela, who played his part, terrific dummy there from Montella, and what a strike! Put away then by Francesco Totti. His one last week might have been a bit dubious, but there was nothing wrong with that one, as he thumped it in. The idol of the Roma fans has given them the lead they demanded here.
Just a little point there, Peter. I think Batistuta was looking along because he was in a position that, in some occasions, you could say he was interfering with play. He didn't really react as if it was going to be given. But there it is on the score sheet there. The goal has been given. Roma take the lead.
He scored the only goal when Roma last beat Parma 2 years ago. Their only win against them in 3 seasons. I reckon he's settled for that now. But it's Sensini with a free kick for Parma. In the bedlam that today is the Olympic Stadium. Milosevic. Just wondering how much effect the searing heat will take later on in the game. Di Vaio making no impression. That's a foul surely by Almeida. As he bundled into Tomasi there.
Well, that's a lovely ball played back there. I just there was a mention there about the position of Batistuta. Yeah. But it would be a brave referee to chalk off that goal.
And he's on his way back for Batistuta, but did appear to be there in an offside position. Is he active or passive? It's what the referee has to decide these days. Now Cafu. Gabriel Batistuta. He's had that knee problem and hasn't quite looked his old self since coming back into the team. Had a month or so out. 5 goals in 10 games, which by his high standards, I suppose is disappointing. It will mean so much to him and all these Roma players if they can't clinch it now. It's over a decade since Batistuta won his last championship, his only championship, indeed, with Boca Juniors back in Argentina. Milosevic to Sensini. He will not sit still for a moment, Capello. Vecchio, who was up on his feet there to celebrate along with Totti when the ball flew in. But Ulivieri knows his team and certainly challenge Roma with the quality that they have. Well, there's not been too much of a threat so far, you would have to say, in terms of attacking from Di Vaio and Milosevic. Now lacking the guile in midfield of Lamushi and Miku, 2 players among the various absentees for Parma today. Walter Samuel. Now who laid on that sublime pass for Batistuta to score, and the teams met earlier in the season. Parma got a goal up through Di Vaio, but that came Roma 2 goals, chinningly tucked away 2 from Batistuta. 1 laid on by Samuel, the other from Aldair. And the Brazilian would not have been out there today. Montella now. And Tomasi in support. Opting instead for Candela. Now Cafu. Who's looking to raid down this right side? Cafu. Totti. Smuggled away by Cannavaro. As far as Cafu again. Tomasi on to Emerson. Now Totti to drive it back across. Just on the diving figure of Montella at the far post.
Well, that was exceptional play there, and I mean, Totti's involved in it. Plays the ball, volleys it in first time, and Montella just fails to get on the end of it.
Well, Capello has been playing down all the commotion after that Montella incident last week. He says, I've spoken to all the players, we're entering this game calm and relaxed, and we're ready for the match of our lives. But it's Fuser now for Palmer. He's been something of a peripheral figure for much of this season, Fuser, the former Lazio player, of course. Olivieri was certainly thought about a transformation in Palmer's fortunes since he took over from Arrigo Sacchi, and before that Malasani. Now Montella looking to dart away from Falsini, who actually stuck to him well. And he did hold him back in the end in the eyes of Stefano Brackley. Clearly Falsini feeling hard done by. It will be a caution for the Palmer defender Falsini. No, it's for Almeida, in fact. They're getting overheated. I tell you what, though, Joe, they are up for this game, Palmer.
Well, they are, and I can understand Falsini there. It was the first one to react. I mean, for me...
Tugging for you, Montella's tugged him.
But that is without a doubt a Palmer's free kick there. Almeida's got involved in it, and has resulted in a yellow card. But for me, that award should go the opposite way.
Not according to Stefano Brackley. Says to be another test here then for Buffon in that Palmer goal, the only ever present in the Palmer team this season in Serie A. And he has been very consistent under Olivieri in particular. The responsibility again is Francesco Totti's. Samuel. Totti square of him. Now Thuram has time to clear. He's found Fuser, I should say. Handball, say the crowd. Not so. Thuram to Fuser. Zago, an intelligent header that was too for Tomasi. Playing with confidence now, Roma. Now that they have calmed down, I was about to say calmed down those early nerves. Zabina has got away with that. Here's Cafu. By Emerson. Oh, read though, Cannavaro. Now Di Vaio could be on his way here. Clashing with Zabina. Didn't seem to be too much contact, in truth.
I think he just clipped him there, and the referee's given the forward this occasion the benefit of the doubt. But it's one of the few decent passes that's been played up to the front.
It was Di Vaio. Almost got away there. It was a terrific saving tackle by Walter Samuel. They lost their concentration, Roma, and were very nearly punished for it.
Well, Di Vaio gets himself in here in a lovely position. Not the best of angles, but I think he's tried to square it for Milosevic.
Di Vaio is the top scorer for Palmer this season. Might have another chance here. Milosevic. It's charged down by Candela. Thuram. Palmer have got a player down in the penalty box. Not sure who that is from here. Brackley accepting now he does need some attention. Capello was going absolutely potty with his team. They almost lost it here. That's Milosevic diving in. And it was Fabio Cannavaro who took a whack.
It was a very dangerous corner kick. I mean, it's the second time in a minute that they've really lost their concentration, and it could have been very costly for Roma.
Sartor, who had that strike on goal. Milosevic seems to be okay. Opened the scoring on Wednesday, but a second half strike from Nuno Gomez. Won the Italian Cup, of course, for Fiorentina. And that was the moment that he will never ever forget. Francesco Totti in front of his adoring fans. Zabina to Zago. If Roma do win the title, it'll be the first time the Scudetto stays in the Italian capital for 2 straight seasons. In fact, it'll be the first time the championship will remain in southern Italy for 2 consecutive years. A real breakthrough against the domination of Milan and Juventus. Just to remind you, Juventus are leading in their game at home to Atalanta by 1-0. It's Lecce 0, Lazio 0 at this stage. Now comes Sabina. Play on, says Brackley. Montella. Now Di Vaio, pulling out to this near side, but the flag indeed is up for offside. Cafu. Almost half an hour gone in the Olympic Stadium. Roma have the edge, but Parma are giving them a real fight here, as that was emphasised. Almeida, who's already been cautioned, he could be in big trouble.
Yes, I need to be careful, Peter, but this man here, Cafu, he's really in his element there. When he gets the opportunity to go and attack in that area, Cafu in the swing, Candelan the other, really, I think you have Roma in full throttle then, but that is a very fortunate man there is Almeida there. He could have really received a second booking.
That was an appalling tackle from Almeida. Maybe he's a little rusty. It's only his 4th start in Serie A since the turn of the year. Now Cafu with the free kick. Didn't fall for Emerson, but he certainly made his presence felt. Here's Zago just lumping it hopefully forward in search of Montella. Then Cafu. Here's Di Vaio. Zago with the header. Paolo Cannavaro, and then Di Vaio again. Di Vaio, who really has prospered under Olivieri. All his goals, 14 of them in Serie A, has come since this man took over. Olivieri relishing this chance to coach a big club at the age of 60. Tomasi, Emerson. Batistuta, Montella ahead of him. Here's Emerson again. Now Totti to take it on with Candela. Emerson, who seems to be offering himself. But Thuram had read the play well. Sartor, rather a Fuser, on to Sartor now. Milosevic. Again kicking out Di Vaio. Pulled up then in some anguish though, Di Vaio. Allowing Zabina to bring it forward then for Roma. Tomasi. Now then to Zago and Montella, who has been in such outstanding goal-scoring form, albeit mainly from the bench. Totti's ball in. There's Paolo Cannavaro, here's Lilian Thuram. Cannavaro and Thuram were both phoned in jest by their old teammates. His old teammate Cannavaro, Ciro Ferrara. Thuram was rung by Trezeguet of Juventus to ensure they did play their best today, and they haven't let them down so far.
No, I think Parma as a whole defensively have contained Roma, quite comfortably. But as a force going forward, they've been a bit negative. They really haven't given any quality to the front two whatsoever.
Di Vaio walking a little gingerly at the moment. This is Samuel. Now Tomasi. Working so hard as ever in the engine room. Montella to Tomasi again. Here's Totti. Really fired up for this game. Look at Totti's run here. Yeah, broke it up. Now the vigilance of Falsini. Yeah, it's a hot day. He was on fire in terms of his shooting. That's Cafu's cross. Another header. Well saved by Buffon. It was in the right place. Batistuta came so close then to a second. Emerson now. Batistuta again. just beyond Montella. Oh, amazing stuff in Rome.
Well, they've got a little bit of slack of farm, and that ball's just played across the face of the goal there by Stuart. Really, he's put it just a slightly too far in front of Montella, but that really was an opportunity, even at this stage, to maybe even wrap it up for Roma. Yeah, but this tremendous cross from the right there from Cafu. Batistuta leaping up there, but really they couldn't direct his header into an area where it would have beat Buffon.
Offside Di Vaio. Capello's team striving for this second goal, and they have come mighty close. Just off here, Di Vaio. Emerson. Keeping out Zanetti from Roma's midfield. Montella to Emerson again. He was the man, you remember, that Capello wanted to build his team around Emerson, but his plans were scuppered, really, by Emerson's injury at the start of the season. Totti, but away from Sensini in some pain. That was not far away then from Totti, who kept going.
Well, referee Brackley really made a good decision here in favour of Roma, and allowed Totti to do what we've seen him in many occasions in that area there, 25 yards out. Either with his right or his left, he can certainly hit them.
So much for this man to go through Capello. His team now are so near. Thuram with a free kick. Aiming for Di Vaio. Milosevic on the scene as well. Here's Almeida to Milosevic. Now Di Vaio. Really good sharp tackling though from Emerson. Montella to Tomasi as Roma sweep forward here. He's got Totti in support. No way through. Now goes Tomasi, then it's Montella. Still Roma pressing. Still Palmer defending doggedly. Sensini. Now Milosevic. They need more enterprise, really, when they do cut forward Palmer. Maybe Milosevic can provide it here. That was neatly done at first, anyway, from Savo Milosevic.
I don't think he had many options, really, there. I mean, on a number of occasions they've had it. This is this opportunity here that Totti had been brought down by Sensini, but just getting back to Milosevic there, I've really not had any support from the middle of the park. When we've spoken about Almeida and Sensini, they are players that will destroy there, will get in about players, close them down, but the quality coming forward and the support for the front two really has been non-existent.
Here's Falsini, who has suffered as much as anyone with injuries this season for Palmer. Just calm it down is a message from Olivieri in terms of their distribution. They're really giving it straight back to Roma. That's Tomasi. It's too heavy though. Thuram. Now Fuser. Gandela back in defensive mode. Cafu has been getting well forward down the right. That's let in Di Vaio, really. But they haven't done enough with it. So Rambo clashed with Zago, and he did come in very aggressively then, the Brazilian defender. Now is this an opportunity then for Palmer? You have under Olivieri won a lot of games recently, 5 away from home. Remember, they lost to Roma in their first game under his wing, and then went unbeaten for over 2 months before they came unstuck here against Lazio in April. Punched away by Antonioli, not with that much conviction, but he's got some distance on it. Antonioli, who fumbled that free kick from Pacquiao, was led in Napoli last week. Now Batistuta on the charge. He might go all the way through. Gabriel Batistuta! And then Montella! It's 2-0. And maybe the title is in the bag.
Well, I think it's the first opportunity that they've had. Roma to catch Parma on the break. They push forward there. Parma get caught. Cafu playing that ball into the path of Batistuta. And really was saved by Buffon. And there's that predator following up as he has in many occasions. Montella just finishes it. And really, I know we've a long way to go yet, but really could have taken the title to Rome.
On the eve of his 27th birthday, that is some present for Montella. Turan doing his best there to thwart Batistuta, but Montella, ever the predator, was perfectly placed to steer it in. Goals now in his last, including this one, 14 Serie A games. He is in such a rich vein of form. And Batistuta at this moment doesn't care who scores the goals.
Yes, Pierre, he's a player that scored goals every season for all the clubs and his country. But I think today, more than anything, it's the title that he's after. The goals, the 19 or whatever he scored so far, have led to this position, but it doesn't matter today who gets the goals. It's the 3 points.
5 minutes of the first half to go. And Roma are very much in the driving seat. Samuel. The goals from Totti and now Montella. Montella's 13th in Serie A overall. Milosevic. On by Almeida. To Fuser. Now Di Vaio. Having a little short on inspiration, Parma. It's Fuser to Sato, who's pretty quick. Milosevic! Super save. Di Vaio on the follow-up. Antonioli came to his team's rescue there.
Well, he certainly did, because that was a great opportunity there with Milosevic. I think he scored one during the week in a very similar position, but he's made a great run to the near post, and he should have scored.
Well, Antonioli made the angle really tight for him then, Milosevic, but it was certainly a chance, the best they've had so far in this opening half, Parma. Just a little reminder to Roma, they are not there yet. Zago with Samuel. Antonioli, the hero. Been for them on many occasions this season. The only current Roma player who's actually won the Scudetto before, back in the early 90s with Milan. Although he was then the understudy, of course, for Sebastiano Rossi. So this one will mean a lot more to him. If Roma do go on now to take the championship. Savo Milosevic. Trying to conjure up an opening for Di Vaio, but it wasn't to be. They'll be a lot more relaxed now, though he's not showing it, Capello. Totti. Now then to Zago. Hoping to have the Scudetto to the 3 championships he's won back home in Brazil. Zabina. Away from Almeida. The Cannavaro is there. Almeida again. And Diego Fuser, the former Italian international. Here's Turan. What an own goal here when Parma lost to Lazio. Savo Milosevic. Just teasing Samuel and easing it into the path then of Sensini, who comes storming forward. Where did he come from? A rare excursion upfield from him. Montella. Turning today from villain to hero with that second goal. After missing that wonderful chance laid on against Napoli last week. He's cleared the air with Coach Capello after a little dust-up. And in from the start this afternoon in preference to Del Vecchio. Now Zago. Seems he might be on his way. He's asked for an extension to his contract. He still has some time to run. Roma said no, he wanted a lot more money. Totti worked on delightfully to Batistuta! And it might have been 3. Always in those threatening, menacing situations, Batistuta. Here's Cafu now. Buffon staying back. And wisely so, it would seem. Candela. The referee, I think they're seeing something wrong. They're seeking advice and guidance from his assistant, Stefano Brackley, and it will be a free kick, I think, for Parma. On the full offside there, Batistuta. Buffon couldn't be sure.
I think initially he was stretching for it, there was Batistuta. But what for the touch, it could have been going in there.
This is Sator. Given away by Zarco. Sensini. Now Lilian Thuram. Milosevic is running some space for a moment. Haven't got a clue what that said in the sunlight. Milosevic still trying to bear down on goal. Again, Roma have blocked his path. Here's Thuram. Not sure what he was intending there, Milosevic, but didn't come off, whatever it was. Then he at least has looked up for it. Savo Milosevic. Capello will be warning his team to keep a wary eye on him in the second half. Once his first period is over, it will be pretty soon. Thuram. Well into stoppage time now. Milosevic doesn't get the better though of Walter Samuel in the air. Not too good he do. Here's Batistuta, then to Totti. Montella drifted away to the right, still Batistuta. Almost forced its way through. Okay, Buffon had to be on his guard.
I tell you what, Peter, that was smashing play there by Batistuta. You know, showing great control, laying it off, and making a very positive run. I can't really see anything wrong with his challenge here.
Just nudged it with his arm maybe there, Batistuta.
Yeah, maybe so, but I think it was a bit harsh.
Here's Cafu. Falsini. To Marco Di Vaio, the former Lazio youngster. Come up through the ranks with Roma's great rivals. Di Vaio. I can't tell you, Lazio have gone ahead away to Lecce. Hernan Crespo on the score sheet yet again. For the 26th time this season, up for the penalty spot today. He is the leading marksman in Serie A. But half-time arrives here, and they have one hand on the Scudetto. Capello's team, a 2-0 lead, and they are pretty much in command here. Parma, in fairness, have not come here to lie down, that's for sure, but they haven't carried too much of a threat up front. And Roma have the 2 goals. Francesco Totti leading the way, and then the second from Montella, after Batistuta's effort had been charged down. Terrific strike here from Totti. That's what it means to him. The local man, idolised by the Roma fans, and no wonder with goals like that. Such a crucial one to steady them down as he shot past Buffon. And then the second goal, Batistuta away here. Montella lurking in the vicinity too, as you can see there. Good stop actually by Buffon. Nothing he could do though about the rebound and the follow-up from Montella. And Roma now have given themselves a wonderful, wonderful chance of winning their first Scudetto in 18 years. Surely now you would think they can't let it slip. Well, Juventus are still in the running, they are leading, so are Lazio too. But that will count for absolutely nothing if Roma do take the 3 points this afternoon against Parma. Half-time in the Olympic Stadium in front of 80,000 baying fans here. Not too many have come from Parma, they're all supporting the home team. It's Roma 2, Parma 0, and we will be back after the break.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment. Because Kodak Ultra Zoom film is designed especially for zoom cameras, you won't miss the moment.
We're all going on a summer holiday. We'll not let you go. Let me go. We'll not let you go. Let me go. We'll not let you go. Let me go. 'Cause I'm just a teenage jet-set baby. Listening to Iron Maiden, and it's high for me and you.
No, I want to report that my bag's been stolen. We were on the beach and I just turned around for 2 seconds and my bag was... Pardon? Oh, sorry, yes, my purse was in it and my husband's wallet. I mean, that's all of our cash. I just don't... No, because I just turned around and it...
Take traveller's checks from a worldwide organisation that can replace them within 24 hours. American Express Traveller's Checks. Don't leave home without them.
Up to half-price sale now on at Argos. Over 1,000 prices down. Argos, brighter prices, brighter shopping.
I know you must find this very startling, but I will try to explain, but I'm not sure that you'll believe me.
Hello? All right, I've got my mobile. Just needs charging. Can you show me where your points are?
Sometimes I think the whole world is mad and I'm the only sane one.
Please, Jerry, shut up.
Yeah, put a sock in it, love.
Oh, hey, Green. So thanks a lot for coming on to do the show.
Oh, anything for you, handsome.
Right. I thought we'd start by asking you about your new autobiography, Sweet on the Inside.
And I'll tell you about the critics. They love it.
And then we'll talk about your upcoming movie.
I play myself. It's a great part.
I've got a big part for you.
In commercials? I don't think so.
Yeah, that'll kill your career.
This is a stain from Ronsil for wood that's outside and gets walked on. This is called decking, so this is called Ronsil decking stain. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
This year, one movie has it all. Action, friendship, and non-stop excitement. Shrek.
Sometimes I think you love football more than me.
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard.
Jason, do you love football more than me?
Watching or playing?
Physio sports, sport on the brain, sport on the body.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment.
Welcome back, everyone, to Football Italia. It's the last day of the season. We're at the Stadio Olimpico, along with 88,000 other lucky people, to watch what could be the title-winning match between Roma and Parma. Roma currently 2-0 up. It's half-time, as you can probably gather at the moment, so let's check out the rest of the scores from around Serie A. First of all, Brescia against Bari, 2-0 to Brescia right now, thanks to the Albanian Tauri. Fiorentina and Napoli is 0-0. Inter have a 2-goal lead against Bologna. Clarence Seedorf and Vieri the scorers. That game being played at Bari thanks to Inter's home ground suspension. Juve, a goal to the good against Atalanta. David Trezeguet. Lecce currently trailing at home to Lazio. Lazio, the other title team still in with a title chance. Reigning champions, of course. Crespo with a penalty for what it's currently worth. Regina against Milan, 0-0. Roma Parma, Roma 2-0 up. Totti and Montella, the scorers, of course. Udinese, meanwhile, down 3-2 at home to Vicenza. Vicenza, another team struggling against relegation. Calon with the first 2 goals, then Zauri for Vicenza. Udinese starting a comeback now with 2 goals from Roberto Souza. And the other game there, Verona, a goal to the good against Perugia. 2 players have been sent off there, Liverani and Apolloni, and Seric got the goal. Marvellous. Meantime, of course, we've got our man of the match competition coming up in the second half here at the Olympico. If you call in with what turns out to be the correct choice of today's best player, you might be the lucky winner of a Garlando football table. The envy of your friends as well. Excellent. Now, meantime, as we've mentioned, there are 2 other teams still in with a chance until the 90 minutes are up of this year's title. Juve are one of them. They're in action against Atalanta this afternoon. As we've heard, they're 1-0 up. Let's check out exactly what happened in the first 45 minutes now with Peter and Joe.
Well, they missed out last season, of course. Juventus on the final day. All they can do this afternoon to try to win this one, that was Zinedine Zidane going close. And then Tudor with a cross. And, well, an excellent header by Trezeguet, Joe.
Yes, it's a finely directed header there. Trezeguet just put it in the corner, way beyond the goalkeeper. It's a marvellous ball. And here he's lost his marker, and he's put it right in the angle. Meets it, but he has placed this header there as Trezeguet.
So off to a fine start, Juventus. They actually lost to Atalanta in Bergamo. That was another chance that came Juve's way for Tacchinardi. Not too many chances from what I'm hearing that Atalanta had in the first half. It was mainly Juve. But this time, Tacchinardi shot beaten away. And Del Piero on the follow-up too. So just a 1 goal from Juventus so far. We're pretty close to another one here, though. By the looks of things, I think Tudor just got the nudge on there. So Juventus in front. Let's go back now to James.
Thank you, Peter. Of course, even if Juve win that match with Roma winning here, they can't claim the title. However, it is an important result so far for Juve because it means that they'll keep hold of second place and thus avoid going through the Champions League qualifications, which will be starting their season a whole month earlier. Very boring. Anyway, let's now take a very quick break. We'll be back with the second half of Roma Parma here at the Stadio Olimpico in just a few minutes' time.
Sport on Board, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment. All Vodafone Pay-as-you-talk customers can now talk and even text from abroad, just like they can at home. You're on holiday. They're not. Rub it in.
More and more people are seeing things differently. The world's first fully flat beds in business class. Now available between Heathrow and San Francisco, Hong Kong, Chicago, Tokyo and New York.
If you're a builder, build something. If you're a waiter, don't wait. If you're an optician, focus. If you're a welder, fix your future.
Stakeholder pensions from Norwich Union. Together we're stronger.
Because Nurofen travels to the site of pain, it works where it's needed. Which is why Nurofen delivers fast, effective relief and lets you get on with your life. Nurofen, targeted relief for pain.
Treating athlete's foot between the toes is like a game of hide and seek. The bugs may disappear, but they're only hiding so the problem can keep returning. Imagine there's nowhere to hide. Dactarin Gold can actually get rid of the bugs in just 7 days of treatment and can keep them away for weeks and weeks. Dactarin Gold for athlete's foot. Game over.
For millions of people, he was and always will be the king. From his early years as a rock and roll rebel until his sellout dates in Las Vegas, Elvis Presley's music became the soundtrack for a generation. Britannia Music offers you the original Elvis Presley collection, 50 CDs that showcase the range and diversity of his spectacular career. Order the first 2 CDs now for only $7.99 each, and as a special introductory offer, we'll send you the next 4 Elvis CDs for free. That's a total of 6 CDs for the price of 2. Your only requirement is to collect a further 12 CDs at the same TV offer price. And when you order, you'll also receive this superb presentation box and a full colour book of rare photographs. Send no money now. Just call 08701 223311 to receive 6 Elvis Presley CDs for the price of 2. That's 08701 223311.
Thank you very much.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Stadio Olimpico. A brief moment of calm here at half-time before the teams take the field for the second half. Ray Clements here with me. Ray, Roma 2-0 up. They've got over their early game jitters now.
Yes, the first 15-20 minutes they looked nervous, quite understandable in this sort of atmosphere. Totti in particular, I thought, was arguing more with the referee than trying to get his team to play. And then all of a sudden there was a little bit of interplay down the left-hand side. Candela involved, allowed a chance for Montella, which he pulled wide at a far post. But from that, it seemed to kick-start them. Totti started to play, Batistuta and Montella started to cause problems.
Well, let's have a look at the goals then. First of all, obviously, Francesco Totti.
Yes, a marvellous strike, it really was, but it was a cross to the right-hand side. Of Candela does really well here. Picks the ball out, and Montella leaves it. Must have been a good shout from Totti, and it's a great strike. Difficult ball to hit coming across your body, but he struck it really well there. Right foot, Buffon, no chance whatsoever there. It really was a tremendous strike. But it was Candela's good ball, an intelligent play from Montella there, letting it go. It really created a chance for Totti.
Okay, a very sweet strike that from Francesco, and liked his lap of honour virtually that he did afterwards. Nice to see the referee not book him for whipping his shot off, as usually happens. Montella himself then got it in the back of the net shortly after.
Yes, it was, and it was a breakaway really. It was Cafu who played Batistuta through. And Batistuta, we've seen him in this situation so many times. Pace, strength, power, great strike. Buffon does well actually to get a leg in the way of it. But it comes straight back to a goal scorer in the right position, and for him that's a simple goal. But it's this fella, Batistuta, who really powers away from the defender, and as Thuram comes across, Buffon manages to get a block, but it's to the ultimate goal scorer, Montella.
So you called him a goal poacher at the start of the show. That's certainly what he did there. Roma fans here obviously waiting for Batistuta now to get the third. It is hard to see how Parma are going to come back into this. They did have a bit of a chance before the half-time whistle, but apart from that, with their rear guard looking a little bit shaky today, it's been pretty much all one-way traffic.
Well, it has really. Antonio only had one save to make, and that was around the 40th minute, and it was straight after they'd gone 2-0 up. And obviously it was a lack of concentration at the back by Rome, with the Roma defence, which could have made the second half interesting. But with them being 2-0 up, I can just see them going on and maybe scoring another goal. And for the fans here, as you rightly say, they'll all hope that it's Batistuta that gets that third goal.
Are you surprised that we were talking about Parma's central pairing of Cannavaro and Thuram being the best in the world potentially at the start? Are you surprised the fact they haven't managed to cope better at the back?
Well, they've got the young Cannavaro in there as well, and I think he's actually found it quite hard going. You know, Thuram has done well, as you'd expect. I think Cannavaro's done well, but the young one, I think he's found it a little bit difficult. Only his second start, something like that. In this sort of atmosphere, with what's on this game, I think on that first half showing, he's found that maybe it's just been a bit too much for him.
Tremendous expectations around the capital. This is actually the third game that Roma have had the possibility of sewing up the title. They blew the first 2 match points, if you will. So this weekend there's been enormous pressure, and there's enormous expectation as well. Around 500,000 fans are expected to take the streets if the result stays the way that it currently is. We're also not sure what time we're going to get out of the stadium, because there's talk of the police locking the fans in to prevent too much unrest. I believe that the players are actually about to take the pitch for the second half. Ray, a final comment then before we rejoin our commentators. 2-0, 4-0, 6-0, how's it going to end?
I'm sure the fans would love to see that. The fans will settle for it 2-0. What they'd like to see now is Roma put on a little bit of style, Totti and co to really perform, and maybe seal it with at least one more goal in the second half, I would think.
80,000 folk here ready to celebrate. Let's find out what good news they get in the second half as we rejoin Peter and Joe.
And how those fans are relishing this situation. Tickets, incidentally, were snapped up within a couple of hours when they went on sale back on Tuesday morning. We will be concentrating on the action here, but also, of course, keeping you in touch with events in Turin and Lecce, where Juventus and Lazio, respectively, are playing today. And who knows, we'll probably have regular updates from Big Brother as well, in keeping with recent weeks. In fact, we've got nearly 20 minutes now without someone taking their clothes off. Amazing stuff. Well, there'll be some celebrating here if the scoreline stays away, or indeed Roma can improve on this situation. Just look at the scenes here. They are warming up, Joe, for one big party.
Yes, and so far it looks good for Roma, because as well as they started out Parma, once they had settled down Roma and got over their nerves, they have been the better team. They've just really got to continue in the same vein. They don't need to be too adventurous, but they certainly don't want to sit back. And there's more goals here in the Roma team if they can do it, if they go about it clinically. Through that man Totti, I can see them increasing their lead.
Well, they have topped the Serie A table for all but 2 weeks of the season. Way back in November, when Udinese went top of the pile for just a brief spell. And if they do win, it'll allow Roma to reach 75 points and so create a new record since the introduction of 3 points per win back in '94. Juventus amassed 74 3 seasons ago. In Sabina. Now Cafu. Much speculation about his future, with Chelsea among the list of his admirers, and it's a pretty long list. Now Totti up to Batistuta. James and Ray Clements were saying how the crowd here would love him to score now, to put the seal on his outstanding first season with Roma. Since his switch after all those years with Fiorentina. Only cup successes there, though, of course. Candela. A little tentatively, though, he's given it away. And there was a defender down for Parma. Nakata, the Japanese international, wondering whether he'll get a taste of the action this afternoon.
As it always is, Peter, it's not just about 11 individuals, it's about a squad. And Nakata, he is one that has really been involved. He's contributed this season as many other players have, but Batistuta coming to Rome, it was a big decision, not only for Roma but also for Batistuta. I mean, he's idolised there in Florence, but he made the choice and he has come here, and really it looks as if it's going to be rewarded not just by goals but by winning the trophy that he's been searching for years.
Sensini to Turan. Now, Falsini. Well, the cheer you may just have picked up there amidst all the bedlam is the news that Lazio have conceded a goal. And Parma almost let another one in here. It was Batistuta in the middle. It's Lecce 1, Lazio 1 now. Bazzari, this was Batistuta, bringing the best out of Buffon. Cannavaro to Sensini. That might have been Batistuta's moment. Wouldn't have been the directors, I'm afraid. We almost missed it. Here's Candela. Now Emerson. This is Tomasi. Montella lurking ahead of him. Has the ability to run at defenders, Montella, but there's no way through this time. Fuser. He was going nowhere though, Fuser. Back comes Cafu, then Zabina. I'd almost let it Divayo. Must have handled that, presumably Divayo. I think that's what Brackley is indicating, the referee. Up by Emerson to Walter Samuel. And now Zago. And they've been pretty much dominant at the back. Zago and Samuel and Zabina too. Francesco Totti, led by his own outstanding example yet again. Once he's got on with the job today, as Ray Clemens was saying, he was arguing with the referee a bit early on. But now fully focused on the task in hand. Milosevic. Got away from Totti well, still Savo Milosevic. But he's just pulled it too far. Nowhere near in the Divayo in the middle. Cannavaro. That is Fuzer. And Divayo was brave. Surely the boot was high then from Zabina. And he's got no sympathy though from referee Brackley. Cafu. In came Cannavaro, who was linked with Roma a year ago and now looks like he could be on his way to Lazio. Here's Divayo. Oh, the former Lazio man has wasted a really good opening there.
Well, that was a great chance there. Again, we've seen Roma on one or two occasions this afternoon. They have gone to sleep, they've lost their concentration, and they did so again. And Divayo, losing a rich vein of form in respect to goals. Really look at that, and he'll be disappointed he hasn't at least hit the target.
The man who opened the scoring, remember, against Roma back in early February. Before that double strike put Batistuta, turned the game on its head. Zago. Flipped on by Totti. Not quite though in the direction of Batistuta. It's a different game when Montella plays alongside Batistuta for Capello. Vecchio tends to operate mainly wide out on the left. It does work extremely hard. Different type of contribution from Montella, so sharp in front of goal, as he's reminded us yet again today. That was Sensini, getting a run in the Parma team, laid on in the campaign. It's his 7th start in a row now in Serie A. Zago. Now Totti. He spotted the run out of Candela, so too has Sartor, the former Juventus and Inter defender. It's Totti, then to Candela. Hadn't missed a game in Serie A until this recent suspension, Candela. And he has been one of their outstanding successes with his contribution down the left. Scored that fabulous goal recently against Bari, one of the goals of the season. But no impression made by him this time. So it's Thuram for Parma. Only Juventus have a better defensive record than Parma this season. But they haven't looked quite as tight in recent games, and they have twice let Roma in today. Samuel up to Montella, not quite sharp enough this time. Cannavaro so alive to the danger as ever. Now Tomasi. Outgotten for once, initially anyway, in midfield. Indeed, referee Brackley has given the free kick to Parma.
Yeah, the game's gone a little bit scrappy. Both teams getting a little bit untidy with their passing. Few tackles going in, but I think that has resulted from players not being tuned in, being nice and sharp as they were. I would say the half an hour of the first half, once it had settled down, but have an introduction here.
Amoroso, the Brazilian, is on. It's been a big disappointment really for Parma since he came from Udinese. I think it might be Fuzer who's given way. We're just checking round. It's Sartor, in fact. Amoroso indeed on his way out, it would seem. After 2 disappointing seasons with Parma. The destination still to be decided. Parma are trying to buy Bayern's Giovanni Elbe, another Brazilian, to replace him. Sure, Udinese's fans wouldn't mind Amoroso back there in Udine. 2 seasons ago, of course, he was the leading scorer in Serie A. Montella. Now Cafu. Up to Tomasi. Candela. Good interpassing here from Roma. That was Turatlo. Now Emerson. Amoroso in the way. Well, before his arrival, Parma had one of the worst scoring records in Serie A. They've certainly improved in that department since he's taken over. 31 in 17 before today under him. Only 3 less, in fact, than Roma in the same period. But they are, you feel, really, Joe, lacking a spark today.
Yes, they are. I mean, I've had 1 or 2 little opportunities, Milosevic, in the first half, just to give them a goal, just to give them a little bit of belief.
Almost a chance there for Batistuta. Some juggling from Buffon. Used to play outfield as a youngster, Gianluigi Buffon. He was involved in a scrape with the police in midweek after the Italian Cup final. They didn't recognise him and thought he was a Fiorentina fan out to make trouble. One of the most famous faces in Italy, but there you are. Actually, he's a ponytail like David Seaman. Now, Bogosian, yet another who's been on the casualty list. About to come on, it would seem. Here's Milosevic to Amoroso, who's got bags of pace, but Candela managing to fend him off. There's a number to ring for man of the match. 0900 911 1090 for the last time this season. Zago to Totti. Clearly they're trying to play this man in. Batistuta. It was a decent opening too, but they carved out for him. No wonder he's so infuriated with himself.
I think he'd be desperate really to get the goal. You know, it's just to climax the occasion. First and foremost is the result, and it looks as if they're going to get that result, but he'll be looking to try and put his name on target there, needing that goal.
Here's Di Vaio for Parma. Run by Almeida. Now Falsini. Trying to ease his way past Samuel. That is no easy task. Such an obdurate figure at the back for Roma. Walter Samuel, a real bargain. If you look at today's prices, just 11 million from Boca Juniors. Now Di Vaio. Samuel snapped the door shut very quickly. Way by Candela to Totti. Scorer of Roma's first goal this afternoon. Montella with the second. But now Diego Fuser to Amoroso. Di Vaio. Back came Cafu to deny him. Then Tomasi. Playing so well for Roma and for Italy too. Now Tomasi. Now that he's forced his way into the team again. Montella. Up goes Cafu, was ever so willing down the right flank. But Paolo Cannavaro stood his ground. And here is Alain Bogosian, the French international. Now spotted by Brackley, and he can make his entrance. So his career really has been held up by injury. Replacing Diego Fuser. Both right-sided players. So Sartor's gone down the right, now Fuser as well. Tomasi. Careless for once. Zabina was there though to bail him out. Now Francesco Totti onto Batistuta and Montella. Might get a second bite at it. It's there. And surely now that wraps up Lo Scudetto. Montella strikes again, his second of the afternoon. And well, you would think now they're home and dry.
Yes, I think that's clinched it. But when you say he got a second bite at it, once that occurred, there was no question it was going to be a goal. I mean, as soon as he got that opportunity, he's placed it right into the net, and really, I would say, set it up for an occasion to remember here for Roma.
His 20th goal of the season. Well, in fact, he's whacked it out, the referee. There was some controversy there. Well, it's been disallowed for offside, but surely not here. Was it handball, maybe? The flag is seen to be up on the far side. Well, sorry about the confusion there, but Brackley has chalked it off. Balsini. Well, Montella was already celebrating. Still can't believe that he hasn't scored that second goal. It's not quite over yet. Now it's nudged on there by Batistuta.
Prior to that, Peter, the linesman, to be fair, did have his flag up. I don't understand how his decision came about, but he had it up nice and early. But we all got wrapped up in the joy of Montella's second goal.
Balsini, outgunned though by Cafu. Parma survive, but they're offering really little to suggest they can change the course of this game and deny Roma the title. Almeida, on by Amoroso. Up comes Cannavaro. Milosevic. Now Falsini. Roma just regrouping defensively. But they have been so strong in that department this season. Now Thuram. Run by Amoroso. And Samuel was guarding the run there of Milosevic. Been uncompromising throughout this season, Walter Samuel. Made a really good buy in here. And a tame finale then from Parma, which rather sums up their afternoon.
Lovely skills there by Totti, playing the ball through Batistuta, who in turn lays it into the path of Montella and getting the second bite, but it's all for nothing, really.
It does seem the goal was ruled out for offside. Batistuta. Montella in with a sniff again here. Where Buffon was. No problem though for Thuram. Here's Bocassia. Now Tomasi breaking. Options right and left. Gabriel Batistuta. Difficult angle. Good stop by Buffon, to deprive Batistuta of that goal. He is so urgently seeking now. Well, they're feeling the heat now, and no wonder. Thanks that save by Buffon. Still seems to be the number one, ahead of Toldo for the Italian national team. Samuel getting up well. Batistuta. Now Cafu, free waiting in the middle. But they have only got the corner out of it now. Cafu, who got his first goal in Serie A for some 18 months recently, in the thrashing of Bari away from home. Ivaio endeavouring to break, he can't do so. Zabino, firing it just wide. And he clearly is feeling the pace. They seem to have given the goal there.
Zabino's gone down. rather early. I mean, 60-odd minutes. There's a long way to go yet in this game. Looks as if he's feeling a little bit of cramp.
Well, there's a flag up. You can just about see it there on the far side. Can't really understand why.
At no time. I mean, you take back his scooter there on the header. He's 2-3 yards onside. So is Montella.
Well, he's happy enough, even though he's not out there at the moment, Del Vecchio. Perhaps his chance will yet come. I think Montella's not too pleased with that assistant over there. Almeida. A double winner, of course, with Lazio last season. But he's missed out on so many of Parma's games through injury in this campaign. This is better than from Parma. Milosevic, who is onside, is he? The flag has stayed down. Montella. Here's Amoroso. Given away cheaply by Montella. Bogosian. He's had just 7 starts in Serie A this season. He has mainly been unfit. Falsini. No way past for him, but he has got a free kick here. And Capello wants to make a change. Zabina, I think, not surprisingly, is going to come off here. Clearly struggling. I think it's Mangoni, yeah, on to take his place at the back. He's done well, Zabina. Started over 20 games now in Serie A at the back. There's been some competition too for those places. You think they have Mangoni and Aldair and Rinaldi. But he's been a regular choice, certainly over recent months. Zabina. Meanwhile, in Turin, we've got another goal, I think. Tacchinardi striking that one through. So it's 2-0 to Juventus. They're doing their bit. But while he has a beaming smile, I'm sure deep down he'll be hearing and will know that it's not going to be enough. Certainly not if it stays this way. Almost halfway through the second half in the capital city at Roma, are heading towards the championship. Paolo Cannavaro, the 19-year-old, drafted in at the back then for Parma. Up goes Emerson with Sensini. Thuram, now Bogosian. Paolo Cannavaro to Amoroso. Perhaps his last game this for Parma. Now Di Vaio. Cafu was biting away at it. Montella to Tomasi. Such an influence, Tomasi, for Roma this season. That's Cafu's bending cross in towards Batistuta. And Bogosian showing his composure to Buffon's relief. Here's Milosevic, plowing a lone furrow up front again. Trying to drift away from Mangoni. He's going down a blind alley, really. Zago now. Totti deceiving Thuram. Could be big problems here. Oh, that was so cheekily done by Buffon. It was a free kick anyway, the whistle had gone. Not sure if he knew or not then, Buffon.
Well, I'd like to think if he was my goalkeeper in a situation like that, he would know that the referee had already blown.
Di Vaio. Now Milosevic can't get a shot away though. Here's Zago. Just calmly breaking it all down and releasing Roma on the attack with Montella. Scorer of 1 goal, thought he had 2. Francesco Totti, who has paved the way for what looks like being a Roma victory. And a glorious finale to the season. Tomasi. now for the players to maintain their high energy levels that they were showing earlier on in the game, given the very, very sultry conditions today. Around 33 degrees.
Yeah, other than that, Peter, I think the game has panned out a little bit. You know, we see here the exhibition of Roma keeping possession, and really, although there's still 20-odd minutes to go, that's what they should be doing, not to give the ball away cheaply. Just maintain this and wait for the opportunity for that to appear.
Sorry, Joe. On to Batistuta. The crowd just hoping to suck the ball into the net for him. Here's Cafu. Now, who did that come off? I don't know. Goal kick there. Yeah, that is the decision. And the right one, I think, from Stefano Brackley. What a fantastic season it has been for Fabio Capello. And his team now are on the verge of winning the title. First time in 18 years, remember. 1942, their only other success. They've actually been in this position 4 times in the past. Only once, though, have they gone on to take the championship, and that was in the early 40s. Now Cafu has been upended by Cannavaro. Free kick to Roma. Capello will want it done and dusted. And this man really wants a goal to round off his own season. Gabriel Batistuta, the master goal scorer. Heavily policed by Turan. Emerson, some way off the target. But it's hard to see how they can throw it away now, Joe.
No, I think they realise the position they're in. I don't think they are going to be too adventurous. But you never know in this game, Peter. But so far, in the second half especially, the introductions that Olivieri has put in have not made any difference. But Hassian's coming on really hasn't made any change. And up front, the front two, I still think they lack a support from midfield.
Almeida, who has worked pretty tirelessly, but to no avail really. They've had very little sting up front. There's Candela. Emerson to Totti. 80,000 fans in the Olympic Stadium getting ready for a party. Less than 20 minutes to go now at the end of a long, long season in which they have been the dominant side in Serie A. No two ways about that. Mangone. Record gate receipts today for a Serie A game for Roma. Here's Candela, well over £1 million coming into the coffers. Cafu to Tomasi. And he had 2 defenders for company there. I wonder, will Nakata be on his way? He's being linked, of course, with English clubs. He's hardly had a look in, really, in terms of starting games this season. He has played his part nonetheless. Remember that fabulous goal against Juventus. That's no problem. Easily claimed by Buffon. Emerson again. He's making some kind of impression in the box with his aerial threat. Cafu to Montella. Oh, Totti with some glorious skill. Now, what can he set up here? Totti to Montella. And then Emerson. That's 3 opportunities he's had now.
Well, you look at a man there, although he appears to be calm at that particular moment, Peter, I think he is a guy that will still not believe it until the final whistle has gone. You know, he's 2-0 up. They just changed the subject here. This is their man Totti really demonstrating one of his skills. He has done that throughout the season. He's done it again today.
Di Vaio chasing here. Lazio was to greet the news that Lazio are now losing to Lecce. The club fighting for their Serie A lives. Milosevic. Vasari has got his second goal too for Lecce. Thuram. On by Almeida. Juventus are still leading in Turin, but there are other developments there I'm hearing. Word of a pitch invasion. There might be one here too at the end. Mangone. Fantastic atmosphere now in Rome. And there's not too much that Parma, you feel, can do about it. Lilian Thuram.
No, I think the fact that Roma have this advantage is important. They keep their discipline and keep their concentration. They have slipped up once or twice. They did it last week against Napoli. And you can see they go from a free kick. But today I'm sure that they've learned their lesson. And they're not going to let that happen again.
Zago ran out of steam then, just gave up the chase. Here's Cannavaro to Sensini. Parma, who remember lost the Italian Cup final in midweek. A 1-1 draw in Florence after they'd been defeated by a single goal at home in the first leg. So it's not been the greatest of weeks for them. But all the same, Olivieri will be proud of the way they have turned their season round to at least finish fourth and claim that Champions League berth for next season. It didn't look like that before his arrival. Sensini, the veteran who has toiled away for Parma in midfield. Now a substitution. Aldair, well, he'll be enjoying this as much as those out on the field. Benaribo has just come on in place of Almeida. Comes Amoroso, will be fresher than most. Now Sensini. There's Di Vaio's run. Meanwhile, in Turin, well, the crowd charging onto the pitch. It's far from over there, but Juventus leading 2-0. It's not going to be their title as things stand at the moment. Well, this is so sad to see. Doesn't concern Roma though. They are playing their part to a pretty deadly effect here.
Yeah, you asked me about the start of the game, Peter, about results elsewhere, and you know, whether it's at Lecce or whether it's there at Turin. I mean, Roma have really concentrated on their performance today and getting the result, and that's what they've got to continue to do for the next 15-20 minutes. They have performed, but they can't let it slip now.
Cafu to Tomasi. Not quite as animated as he was earlier in the afternoon, Fabio Capello, and no wonder. Here's Candela. Then Montella. Now Di Vaio. He's got Milosevic up with him. Wrong choice, surely then from Di Vaio. It was an easy enough block for Mangone. Montella. Now Batistuta. Is he in on goal here? Batistuta! That's it, that's the moment. That's the title. And Batty goal has his reward. And so now, does Fabio Capello. A typically brilliant finish from Batistuta to see off Parma and clinch the Italian Serie A Championship.
Well, it's a great finish, and it's something we've seen in many, many occasions over the years. Busting through on the goalkeeper. Buffon had no chance. But what it means, not only is it a goal, what it really means to him is it's a championship, something to strive for season after season in Florence. He's come here to Rome and he gets it, and that is the icing on the cake for that man today.
Well, swept in by Batistuta. Superbly there, deceiving Cannavaro, and that's no easy job, is it? And then beyond Buffon.
But the thing is, Peter, he did make it look easy. I mean, he's up against Buffon, Cannavaro, and he's turned him. And he's put it in the net, got it on target.
2 against Parma, back in February, and now the 3rd for Roma this afternoon. And how hard he has worked for that moment. Nakata and Del Vecchio about to be brought on to join in the fun here. I think it's Montella coming off, yep. Well, he's done his bit, Vincenzo Montella. Inspirational scenes around the Olympic Stadium. Just waiting to see who also comes off here. It's Batistuta. And Del Vecchio has his chance to suffer and savour the glory.
Yeah, it's nice to see Del Vecchio coming on. He's been very, very prominent this season. He's maybe not scored the goals that he scored in previous years, but he has been a player that Capello has used frequently because of his honesty, because of his work rate and the quality he has as a player.
Well, such colour around this fabulous arena. Sizzling atmosphere. And Roma have come up trumps. Astonishing scenes. Offside here against Di Vaio. I don't think anybody cares too much now.
I think it's got to the stage now. I think both sets of players and managements, the benches, I think they just want the whistle blown, and certainly that support there. They look as if they just want it all over so they can celebrate in full.
And celebrate they will too. They're still not playing in Turin. They haven't resumed there after the pitch invasion. And Lazio, remember, are losing in Lecce. Juventus 2 goals for the good, but the referee unable to restart the game at the moment. Defenders stepping up, but Falsini going all the way here. 3 options in the middle, including Di Vaio. And they've got one back. Surely too late to save the day. But he took it really well.
Well, it spoiled it a little bit. And Di Vaio, who's had 1 or 2 little opportunities, gets what I would consider the best one so far, and he puts it away. And I don't think Capello on the bench will be too happy with that. It's 3-0. Everything is finished, nice and tidy. Now we have a number of minutes here, and he'll just want the game to end as quick as it possibly can.
Well, they rather stood around and watched them, Roma. Very static defending. Their concentration had wavered. And Di Vaio capitalised on it. Here's Del Vecchio. Well, they don't seem too concerned, do they? It's all very careless. Away by Antonioli. That was Mangoni, then to Samuel. Here's Bogosian for Parma. Suddenly they have been thrown a lifeline. Benarivo. Now Di Vaio. That's 15 in Serie A for him this season. Faustini. William Thuram. He can't manage to feed the front players. Maybe Bogosian can here. And Roma are just going to get their act together again. Just to make sure there's not an extraordinary turnaround here later on. Cafu. And that I'm sure is the point that he's making, Capello. He thought it was all done and dusted. Nakata. On by Tomasi to Emerson. Now Totti with Cafu. Here's Sezzini. And there is, sad to report, a pitch invasion. Oh dear. Why do they have to go and spoil it like this?
Well, you just don't know what the consequences of something like this is, but it really is ridiculous. Or the people who are going to suffer are the people who are actually coming on, Peter.
Well, you can imagine the frustration of the players and of Capello, and you can see the fury there of the Roma officials. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Totally unnecessary. There'll be so much to celebrate in a few minutes' time. They don't need to do this. Well, hopefully they will get off as soon as possible. But you wonder what repercussions there might be. There's nothing he can do here, Totti, look. The Parma players have left the field. They've gone into the tunnel. Heading for the changing rooms. And both sets of players, I think, realise at the moment there's no way they can continue here.
Well, they've waited 18 years for a championship. You think this group of supporters could wait another 5, 6, 7 minutes? As you say, the repercussions of it, you know, they could be dire, really.
Well, they certainly can't carry on without any shirts. What is this idiot trying to do here, look? It takes some believing, doesn't it? Well, never mind shirts, shorts have gone as well. They are under a suspended sentence for crowd disturbances in the past, Roma. I think they've had boots removed as well, in some cases. Well, it's mayhem out there. And what on earth can they do now? You can see from the clock, still some minutes to go. Just a resigned expression of disbelief, I think, on the face of Francesco Totti.
Well, I think he'll be so disappointed. I mean, they have worked so hard for it, not only today, but throughout the season. And at this moment, gaining 70-odd points, which is a record, and showing that they have been the best team in the championship, and for to be called to a halt at this moment in time is really so disappointing for that set of players.
Well, he's given up, Cafu. At least he's kept his clothes on and his boots as well. A bit like Big Brother, this, isn't it? All the clothes going on. Well, there is no way they can carry on. It's been a similar situation in Turin. Well, he looks pretty fed up, and no wonder Francesco Totti. They are so close to the title, and the fans have gone and ruined it all. Most of them, as we were seeing, have left the field, players of both teams, and are back in the dressing room. Someone is actually trying to interview Totti there, as if there's anything he can do about it. I can tell you, the match is underway again in Turin. Juventus 2 goals up there against Atalanta. It has no bearing on the outcome of the championship race. I suppose as long as we can finish this game. Well, there is Tomasi. He's fully clothed. But others have long since disappeared.
Yes, well, the decision will be made by Mr. Briaski what happens. But these players just, if the remaining minutes have got to be played, they just want it to be organised so they can get it over with, and then everyone can celebrate if you're a Roma supporter.
Well, there's no bigger Roma supporter than that man Francesco Totti, and he will be absolutely aghast at what is happening here. Let's see what Ray Clements makes of it all with James.
Thank you, Peter. Well, we're still here in our positions at least, Ray. Let me just quickly mention, actually, because I don't think we're going to have time at the end. The game's running on a bit late even before this disturbance happened. We have got 2 midweek shows coming up during the week. On Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, there's Juventus against Atalanta, late at night. On Thursday night, Friday morning, then Lazio away at Lecce. Saturday morning, of course, Gazzetta will be back at 7 a.m. For the final word on the championship. Let me also mention that post the final whistle today, whenever that might be, I'll be on Channel 4's website, www.channel 4, etc., for a bit of an online chat, if you should care to join me there in cyberspace. Now, Ray, you've waited very patiently while I got through all of that. Amazing scenes here at the Olimpico.
It's incredible. I mean, Roma have done everything correct. They've got themselves into a 3-0 position, and they're giving away a silly goal, but then the fans have just invaded the pitch with 5 or 6 minutes to go. Some of the players have been stripped. They've got no shirts, no socks. Some have gone off with no boots. We've got 4 or 5 players on the pitch, the rest in the dressing rooms. It's a terrible ending to what has been a special afternoon. It really has.
Yeah, I mean, the game hasn't actually been suspended yet, but some of the players left absolutely stripped. Sensini almost got into a punch-up with one of the Roma fans who was taunting him. At the moment, we're still waiting for Parma to re-emerge from the locker room, if that should happen. At the same time, various bangers are going off, but the intention is to keep going with the game. I'm not absolutely sure when.
Well, I mean, they'll have to try and finish the game somehow. There's the announcement we just heard in the background there is trying to get the fans back into their seats, which is a nigh impossible job. Capello is going absolutely crazy at the fans, the security, everything, because he's worked so hard to get this Scudetto here for this year. And this last 5 or 6 minutes, it's being ruined. He's now in the 6-yard box from where we're looking across there, and he's gesticulating at those fans and saying, don't ruin it, get back in the stand, let's try and finish the game.
It's also worth pointing out there is a large police force here at the stadium. They had about 2,000 officers involved in today's security measures, especially at the start of the game, making sure that, unlike on other occasions, there wasn't a mass invasion of the gates by fans without tickets. But as so often happens when there is trouble in the Italian stadiums, police have taken a very much a laissez-faire attitude. They've tried to contain rather than actually confront. There have been a few attempts to push the fans back, but by and large, I think that they're worried about the force of numbers, about provoking a confrontation.
I think so, yeah. I mean, this build-up of fans climbing over the barriers was going on for a good 10 or 15 minutes before they invaded the pitch. And really, the police need to stop them getting over the barriers. And as you say, they didn't. They let them get over the barriers, stand on the track, and then when they thought the final whistle had gone, which obviously it hadn't, they just invaded the pitch, and the police were in no position to try and stop them then.
Right, have you ever been involved in a pitch invasion? As a player, I stress.
No, thankfully not. You know, nothing to the scale of this. 1 or 2 small invasions, but nothing to the scale of this, because it was quite frightening for some of those players. They were totally mobbed, they were totally stripped. If the wrong person got hold of the wrong player, you know, something really bad could have happened out there.
Yeah. It is quite a tradition at the end of Italian seasons that you get pitch invasions, generally at the 90th minute. You usually see all the players amassed down where the tunnel is, so that when the final whistle goes, they can get off before they get stripped. Anyway, I believe that we're going to rejoin Peter and Joe, who are obviously in an optimistic mood. Peter?
Well, nobody is too sure what is happening. Hopefully they can restart pretty soon. One or two of the players trying to make light of the moment, but how can you really, with the title so close? I can tell you that Lazio have been beaten by Lecce 2-1. As things stand, Lecce will stay up. Lazio, of course, will finish third in Serie A behind Juventus and the champions-elect Roma, if they are ever allowed to wrap up the title. That's how we see it now then. Juventus are, it's 2-1 now against Atalanta. They've got to go back there, the visiting team. Lazio then in third place, 4 behind Juventus. Roma winning the title as things stand at the moment by 2 clear points. Regina have beaten Milan 2-1. So they are now in a playoff for the relegation places with Verona. They're leading 2-1 against Perugia. That game hasn't finished yet. Udinese 3, Vicenza 3 is the latest score I'm hearing from the Friuli Stadium. Well, nothing too much is going to happen here for some time, I would think. James, let's go back to you for a moment.
Thank you, Peter. Well, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave you there. The title would seem to be Roma's. They are managing to get the fans away from the pitch, whilst the fans who remain in the stands are shouting idiots and throwing bottles at the ones who actually invaded. Ray, a sad end, as you say, but a magnificent end in terms of the 3 goals for Roma. So what's been a magnificent season?
No, the first 85 minutes was wonderful to watch, you know. Once Roma settled down, they played some excellent football, scored 3 tremendous goals, and it's just so sad it's ended like this. You know, the players are having to get redressed on the pitch there at the moment.
Marvellous stuff. Well, anyway, we're not sure what time we're going to get over the stadium. We'll leave you for now anyway. Remind them that we'll be back on Saturday morning with Gazzetta. I'll be on the website in a minute or two for a chat. But in the meantime, we leave you with Roma's conquest, the 3 goals today.